Feel pretty good. Excited about the game.
How's the trip been so far? All the festivities?
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. We're traveling in LA with my teammates, having fun. You know, experiencing the life. It's been pretty cool.
What's been the highlight thus far?
Probably Disneyland. Everything else has been pretty cool as well.
Did you watch any of the bowl games yesterday?
I watched the first half of the Clemson-Notre Dame game, and I turned it off. I didn't watch much of the Alabama game, but.
What did you take away from it? Anything?
I thought we should have been in it, but it'll take it out on Washington.
Okay. And what does that mean, taking it out on Washington? What would you say would be justification in a win or a victory, a big victory or what?
I couldn't tell you. Just want to win the game, sir.
Wait, can you talk about your thoughts on Washington secondary?
Yeah, athletic group. You got 2 All-Americans in the back end. They do a lot of stuff in the secondary, and they do it really well. They're like top 5 pass defense in the country, and I'm excited for the challenge.
What is the main challenge trying to navigate through that secondary for you as quarterback?
Biggest thing is knowing situations, knowing when you have to take a shot, when you have to check the ball down, knowing certain coverages for certain looks, picking up protections, and just executing, completing the ball when it needs to be completed, and moving the ball down the field. Probably the biggest challenge versus them.
Has there been any backfield that you faced that is similar to Washington?
Yeah, kind of like Northwestern. Keep stuff in front of them, make you have to play perfect football, and I feel like they do a really good job with that.
How's practice going so far? I think we saw a little bit 2 days ago, but how have the ones been since? Everybody pretty amped for the game?
Yeah, of course. It's a lot of people last game, Coach Meyer's last game, seniors last game. So everybody just wants to go out there on the right note and have fun, most importantly, and just giving it all when we play Washington on the first.
Is it a little different, maybe wearing shorts out today rather than Columbus?
No, yeah, definitely the weather's a lot better here than it is in Ohio. But, LA is definitely a great place. I'm glad we were able to play in the Rose Bowl, and, couldn't ask for more.
Any family coming out from Maryland for you?
Yeah, my parents and family came in yesterday.
With this being Urban Meyer's last game, has he been a little more sentimental at all in the practices you've had so far?
Yeah, definitely. Just being in the moment, winning the moment, what we always preach, and just find a way to win the game. And he definitely has been very personable since he knows it's his last game, and really excited for his opportunity to go out with a win in his favorite bowl game of all time. And it's the last game as a coach, so I know it's emotional for him.
You notice any different from Coach Day? Any difference in practice? Maybe a little more vocal?
Maybe a little bit, but Coach Meyer's still the coach, so Coach Day knows that. But Coach Day always does a great job coaching us, and he's always vocal, hands-on with us as an offense, and he's just getting used to the defense now. So he's just getting used to everybody.
Dwayne, coming behind JT and Cardale, did you feel like there was a lot of pressure on you going into the season, and did you feel any of that during the season at all?
I won't say it was pressure during the season to fill the shoes of Cardale and JT. Definitely during the spring, it was just trying to figure out how to not fill the void, but learn how to help out with the loss of JT as a leader, and just learning how to be able to take over for an offense when I haven't played or started in like 2 years. So just trying to figure out how to be the guy again. So that's just probably the biggest challenge for me.
Was it really tough for you to try to?
It was a challenge, definitely, during spring ball and in camp, and trying to figure out my voice on the team. But once I figured it out, I feel like I took it and ran with it.
Dwayne, how do you feel like your leadership has grown throughout the season from your first start to now that you played a full season of college football?
I think the biggest thing is his trust. You just can't grab a guy by his face mask and yell at him if you haven't earned anybody's trust yet. So, of course, I had some trust from playing in the Michigan game last year, so people knew that I could play. But just being able to show game in and game out that I can ball, just let guys come around me. And as far as like the last 4 or 5 games, I just felt like I had that vocal leadership that felt like I needed to be, and it's been getting better every game.
Being a Heisman finalist, how does that inspire you even more during this game?
For sure. Didn't get in the playoffs and didn't win the Heisman, so it just add fuel to my fire. Honestly, just want to go out there and give him my best shot and leave it out on the field.
What would you say to your Ohio fans that are coming to support the game?
Well, it's gonna be a show, and Buckeye Nation travels well, so we're gonna give it our best shot. Looking forward to seeing all the red jerseys in the stands, and thankful for all those fans that watch us and support us.
Any quarterbacks that you try to emulate or who inspired you as you were growing up?
I like a lot of quarterbacks. I feel like I take certain parts of everybody's game. Growing up, I loved Drew Brees, love Aaron Rodgers, love Tom Brady, Roethlisberger, and now it's more like Watson and Newton and still Rodgers and Brees. But just taking the accuracy of Drew Brees or pocket mobility of Aaron Rodgers or leadership of a Drew Brees or whatever, just trying to figure out how I can add everybody's game to my own.
As far as the weather in Pasadena, what does it feel like to you? As far as fresh air and sunshine and mountains.
Yeah, it's nice. It makes you want to get up and practice. Being in Ohio, it gets pretty cold, so we practice inside. But when you go outside and you see the sun, gives you a good feeling.
How do you believe this game will impact your decision whether or not to return to Ohio State next year?
I haven't really thought about that. I feel like I have a long body of work, so really the game is just another opportunity for me to showcase. I don't feel like it will make or break what I want to do as far as making a decision. I really just want to go out there and get a win and give it all for my teammates.
Looking back at your time at Ohio State so far, what has been a standout or memorable moment for you?
A lot of moments. My first start as a Ohio State Buckeye, throwing for 300 yards and 5 touchdowns, that was unbelievable. Having games like Northwestern and Michigan and Indiana game, coming back at Maryland where I grew up at, just a whole bunch of moments that I really just were for a lifetime.
When you step out on the field come Rose Bowl day, talk about your emotions and your adrenaline. What would it be like?
I'm real calm, cool, and collected. I don't really get too hyped up. I don't get too nervous. Really just want to go out there and give a sense of confidence for my teammates. And, it's a really great atmosphere here. Best bowl game of all time. And just looking forward to playing in the stadium. I came to a couple camps here when I was younger. So, this will be a dream come true for me to be a college football player in the stadium.
What kind of impact has Urban Meyer had on you as a player and as a person?
Tremendous impact. He taught me how to work. He taught me how to, be a student athlete. And knowing that what I was doing wasn't good enough, I had to push myself. So, he gave me a lot of tools to be a great quarterback, great leader. Also a great person off the field and as a student as well. And he does a great job caring for his players, and I'm going to miss him.
Dwayne, good morning. My audience are young people, so we try to inspire them to stay off of drugs and out of gangs. So what inspires you to stay focused, stay in school, play football?
What inspires me, I would just say my family, my faith, knowing that I want to do well for myself. I don't want to put myself in any bad situations. So, as far as working hard, studying, doing what I need to do to put myself in a good position in life is what I focus on.
When you're playing, have you, this year, have you felt comfortable, in your position, like from high school and college? Is there a point where you really see the field? Do you feel comfortable?
Oh, every game. I feel like I see the field every game. It comes to me naturally, I feel like. I tell my guys all the time I feel like a video game when I play. So, it's just a lot of fun.
Thank you.
Talk about your faith. How does that inspire you to be the best that you can be?
Just because I know that at the end of the day, it's just football, it's just a game, and I knowing that I have God in my life, knowing that no matter what, what's best for him is what is in his mind. So I know that whether it's win or loss, God forbid any injury, that it was his plan for me. So that makes me comfortable.
How's your education going?
It's going well. Almost done with school. I have an over 3.0 GPA and a communications major. So, I like school too.
Dwayne, how has being the Ohio State quarterback helped you with that you handled yourself really well?
Yeah.
And Coach was talking, he attributes that to your parents, but also when you're in the spotlight like this, how has that helped you sort of handle, you know what I mean?
Yeah, being recruited sophomore year of high school, you get used to getting a lot of questions asked.
Right.
Just my dad used to practice with me, so he would have like a camera in my face when I was a little kid, and he would interview me. So I would have to answer questions, and I would have to learn how to answer questions, recite questions, be able to give the right answers without sounding foolish. So I learned how to talk in front of a camera for a while now. So my parents did a great job raising me, giving me the right ethics, and knowing what is right and wrong, and it's a credit to them.
That's awesome. So your dad knew you were going to be a star, or at least in the spotlight.
Well, my sister and I were. My sister's an actress, so she's used to performing in front of people. I played sports since I was 8 years old, so we always prophesized our dreams, and we always went out and did them. So we knew we were going to be here, so we just got ready for it.
How did you improve your leadership, Coach? And Ryan Day was talking about that as well. How has that grown? And what do you attribute that to?
Just being comfortable. It's hard when you have a guy like JT in front of you for 2 years, and he's the vocal guy, he's a leader, and you have to sit back. But it just took a lot of learning and trust to be able to know that my guys, valued my voice, valued my leadership, and this comfortability over the course of the season where I just knew I could take over and be myself. So that's probably what I learned throughout the season.
How would you describe Coach's demeanor since he announced these?
Yeah, he's still the same old Bull coach. Off the field, he's a little more loose, I would say. You can tell he a sense of relief to be able to know that he can step away from coaching with his health still and still have opportunities outside of football. I'm really just happy for him.
Do you think he'll coach again?
I don't know if he'll coach again, but I know he'll still be at practice, still helping out some type of way. He's not going to be that far removed, but probably just not the same sense of stress as a head coach would be.
As for their defense, there's kind of highly regarded secondary. Give me a thought on the X's and O's.
Yeah, got the defensive coordinator is more of an NFL-based defense. They play a lot of loose zone, play some man coverage. They cut mesh routes. They send some exotic blitzes, so you got to be on your P's and Q's when it comes to protections. Honestly, they just do a lot of things well, so you got to prepare for a lot of stuff. And the guys play collective defense. The back end plays pretty well. The corner is pretty good. Safety's pretty good. I think they're all Americans. The linebacker has like 180 tackles. So they're going to fly around the ball. We got to make our plays when it matters and execute. But we have a lot of good plays, I feel like, for them, and I'm excited to go put them on the field.
Is there a team you face this year that compares to Washington's defense?
Faced a lot of type of defenses this year. I wouldn't say the same scheme-wise. As far as talent, they're really talented. I'll say they play like Northwestern as far as zone coverage, but then they have talent like Michigan, have talent like Michigan State, and they can play multiple different type of defenses. They can press, they can bail, they can play off. A lot of different stuff that you can see out there. So I'm just gonna be ready for everything.
For you and other guys on the team, have you gotten a sense for just how much the Rose Bowl kind of resonates with you guys? Because it's not a game that Ohio State's played in a long time, and it's because of the college football playoff and all of that. It's got a different role, I guess, in the postseason than it used to have. Just how do you view the Rose Bowl?
I mean, growing up, you watch the Rose Bowl. As a kid, you see the USC versus Texas. You watch Ohio State play in the Rose Bowl. Sure, it's not in the playoffs, but it's still a historic game, and you know, I feel like as a team we do a great job playing for each other. So we knew that it's a last opportunity as a team to play. So whether we're in the playoffs or not, we're going to give it our best shot.
Dwayne,
Did the coaches make any effort at all to tell you guys about the history of this game and what it's meant to college football over the years or anything like that?
Well, I think everybody knows it isn't that far removed. You know, like I said, growing up, you knew about the Rose Bowl. I probably knew more about the Rose Bowl than any other bowl games. So, you know, it wasn't too much teaching about what the Rose Bowl meant.
when the game's over and you sort of hash out what's next for you, will that take some time, or do you have all the facts and you're ready to sort of pull the trigger?
Yeah, sneeze. Not bad. I know I got to the 15th to make a decision. I don't have everything I need right now as far as numerical data and all that stuff, but you know, I just had to sit down and put down all the pros and cons and just weigh everything out. You know, it's a hard decision to leave, and you know, I love it here at Ohio State, so I don't know what I want to do yet.
So your mind is not made up today?
No, like you guys asked me, teammates asked me, coaches asked me, my mind's not on the NFL right now. My mind's about playing Washington. I'm always preaching about being in and now. So, I mean, I know it's around the corner. It happens pretty fast. But, you know, it's my first year playing here. It's been a dream come true for me. And it'll be hard to just step away right away. I got to sit down and think about it.
Yeah, I could see that because you've enjoyed the ride, as I put it yesterday.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
No problem. Thank you.
What have you seen from
Have you
Coach?
met Jake Browning or through Elite 11 camps or anything?
Browning?
Yeah.
No, I don't know Browning personally. I know I've watched him a little bit the last couple of years, and he's a good quarterback. But I don't know Jake personally.
Just seeing him, how would you scout him?
I haven't watched him enough to know how to scout him. I know he's a very great game manager. I haven't watched him enough to know. I don't really watch too many Pac-12 games because of the time difference, but and I know he's a good quarterback.
You've had a month, you know, about to think about Coach and
There it goes.
his last game.
Nicky.
But is that still crazy to think that this is it?
For Coach? Yeah, I would say it's crazy. I knew that one day he would stop coaching, but I was hoping it would be after I get done playing here. But you know, watching how he dealt with his health concerns, I know it was weighing on him a lot, and it was only a matter of time before he made a decision for himself. But you know, like I said, I'm glad he's still able to do it while he has everything. So.
It's also kind of crazy he's never coached in a Rose Bowl in his entire career.
Yeah.
You think this means something to him?
Oh, a lot. Every game means something to him, but it helps that it's a Rose Bowl, helps that it's his last game, that he never coached in and he wanted to play in the game for a while now. And we gave him an opportunity to be here, and I know he's going to give us his best shot as well.
When Coach Meyer steps away and Coach Day takes over, what do you think that the program will look like? How do you see it maybe being different at all when Coach Day takes over?
I feel like it will still have the same base as far as what Coach Meyer preached in the program and its values. Coach Day, I feel like, looks up to Coach Meyer a lot and admires him as a coach. So not much will change. Probably a little more tweaks on the offense, maybe some defensive changes. I couldn't tell you, honestly, but I know that the stuff that Coach Meyer, the structure that he had, won't change.
And I asked Paris about your season. He felt like the thing that really kind of separated you was your leadership. Is that something that he felt like you kind of had really developed into? Was that something that you would come into the season, maybe make a concerted effort to kind of take over in that role?
No, not necessarily. My biggest thing was trying to help my offense to give it as much as opportunity to go win the game. I just felt like as the season went on, I got more comfortable learning how to, you know, take over again. Like I said, I had to sit for 2 years. So, you know, it's uncomfortable to not be a leader anymore because of the guy in front of you who's a Ohio State legend, and you got to sit back and watch from him. But then eventually you got to be the guy. So, you know, I always felt like I was the guy, but I just took that next step forward as being a great leader instead of a good leader.
How much did you take from those observations, for 2 years?
No, a lot. Learning how he dealt with ups and downs of the season, dealing with losses, being on a high after a win, all the stuff that you need to know as a quarterback. He taught me that.
You guys have had such dominance over your rival over the last 15 years. How much do you guys prepare for that game throughout the whole season?
Every day.
In what way?
Whether it's a period in practice or whether it's an extra lift during a workout or extra sprint, we find a way to incorporate that game in our mindset. It's a big rivalry for us. We take it very seriously, and we don't take that game lightly.
How do you maintain that? Usually in a rivalry, when one team beats the other team so often, maybe the other team starts putting more into it and gets it back, but yet it just...
No, we don't want to lose to them, and we don't plan on doing it. And if you have anything to do about it, like I said, whether it's with Coach Mick in the weight room or we're in practice as an extra period, during the week we wear wing helmets and amazing blue jerseys. There's a lot of stuff that goes into it. I think we're still down right now as far as like the overall tally of the win-loss record, so we got to catch that up. But we take that game really seriously.
Dwayne, why should people watch the Rose Bowl on Tuesday?
Why? Because I feel like we're a really great team. We got a lot to offer. We're going to play an overall great game as far as all three phases of the game. And the offense is going to play lights out. And it should be a game to watch.
How important is this to win one for Urban Meyer?
Very important. Coach's last game, his opportunity to play in the Rose Bowl has been something he dreamed of all his life. And, all the things that go into it means that much more.
UW, do you see them as just a team, or are you keyed into certain players you got to beat?
Well, overall, I know they're a great team. They're a great defensive team. Have a lot of great players on the defensive end. Really good linebacker, solid defensive backs, All-Americans on the field, and makes you just want to pay attention to what their tendencies are, how they play defense, and how you prepare for them.
What kind of game do you expect on Tuesday?
I expect a tough game. Expect a defense that's not going to give us anything. We got to go take it. And I feel like we're going to have a challenge, but we're ready for it.
So some of the bowl games this cycle have been blowouts. Do you have any idea why that is? Or?
It's hard because for 3 weeks, you don't play a game. It's not the same as practice as you would prepare for a game every week. So it takes time to get acclimated to getting tackled again, reading defenses again, just the small stuff that you get used to every week. It's not the same anymore because it's the time off. But, some teams prepare for that differently than other teams, and the teams that prepare differently for it, you can see why they win the way they do.
Do you prepare your passing attack a little differently because of the UW secondary?
Yeah. We have different scout periods and team periods. We go against our defense and we go against UW's defense. So, we have scout players who are 5-stars coming out of high school, play on the defensive end, and they give us a great look every day, and definitely gave us a great look for Washington.
Do you see this as a personal thing with you and Jake Browning trying to outdo each other to be the quarterback that leaves the game with the best game?
No. Thank you.
Can you do one more thing? Big Ten Network's Instagram. You want to do a little shout out?
That's not me, man. You might have to ask Draymond about that.
Like boomerang.
Can you do it?
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
You don't want to say anything?
Go Bucks.
Well done. All right, ready, set, go.
Go Bucks.
Thank you.
Yeah. How's your day going? It's going good, man.